What's up you guys? Welcome to another Java tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to create a program that sums an infinite amount of integers. And if you're saying, okay Mo, chill, what the heck does that mean? How in the world are you going to sum an infinite amount of integers? When I say an infinite amount of integers, I actually mean as many as you want. So simple enough. So let's go ahead and create this awesome program that will sum as many integers as you want. So it'll make sense to call it sumInt because it's going to sum as many integers as we want. And let's go ahead and declare. It took me a second to say that. Declare. Okay, let's go ahead and declare our first variable, which is, our first and only variable, amount. Doesn't matter if you spell it right or wrong. So the reason why we want this variable is because we want a place where we're going to store the value of the sum of all these integers that we're going to input. So that's why I named it amount. You can name it whatever you want. And let's go ahead and create our method that is going to do that. So it's a public method, and it's going to return an integer, and the name of it, what should we name it? SumInt. Alright, that's good. And so this is the meat of this tutorial, guys. So you guys know all about this before, but what I want to show you is this. Check this out. If you don't know how many parameters the user will input, so all you got to do is this. Type in int dot 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 and then the name of your variable, whatever you want to call it, number for example. What dot 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 means, hey Java, I don't know how many times this stupid user is going to input, like how many integers he's going to input. So as many numbers as this user inputs, just take it and treat it as number. So it's as simple as that. So all we got to do now is just create a for loop, and it's going to loop through integers, and let's name it x, the variable x, whatever you want to call it, and we're looping through number. So now all we got to do basically is take amount, the place where we're going to store all the values in, and add x to it. So x is going to represent each element in number. If you guys watched my for loop tutorials, you should know what this means. So it's just going to loop through each element in numbers and just add it to amount. Simple enough. And then once that's done, out of your loop, somewhere around here, go ahead and return amount. And let's see. Let's tie this up a little bit. We want our code to look beautiful. So this looks pretty nice. Let's go ahead and create an object from the sumInt class. So sumInt, the way to do that is sumInt, and what should we name our object? Object sumInt. As you guys can see, I'm very creative. New sumInt. So we're not, this sumInt is not going to take any parameters. We didn't even build a constructor, so it's not going to take anything. So all we got to do is use this object to access the sumInt methods. So let's use our object dot sumInts. Let's go ahead and pass in like 5 different numbers. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. That should be good. So as you guys can see, this method is going to return amount, but it's not going to print it out. So we got to tell Java, hey Java, can you please print it out for us? And Java is like, of course. That's just me talking to the computer again. So let's go ahead and run that and see what happens. As you guys can see, it says 150. Indeed, it is true. If you took all these numbers and sum them together, the result will be 150. So this is your quick tutorial on how to take infinite amount of integers, like you can add stuff here too, 90, 100, like this can go on and on and on and on because we used the dot dot dot. So if you run it again, if you don't believe me, as you guys can see, it added the value. So this is your quick tutorial on how to take as much as integers as you want and add them all together. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.